everybody, to SRN's Wednesday Night Truck Series. We are live at Las Vegas this week, and the drivers are taking their qualifying time now. They just got about a minute or so left until their qualifying efforts are finished up. Before we get started, though, I want to take a moment to draw your attention to our new graphics, our new sponsor. We have Alpha One Foundation on board for the next few races. This is a really good operation that they have here. It's Alpha One is a genetic disorder that causes low proteins in the lungs, and essentially it's a very serious disease that is genetic, and there's nothing that people that got it can do about it. And it also increases risk of diseases like liver diseases and pancreatic diseases. And so we're just trying to help them out, raise some funds. You see a QR code that you have there. They are willing and able to take donations if anybody so feels that they would like to do that. We would love to raise some money for this great foundation. We're going to have the sponsor also giving us some swag for these drivers, some tumblers, and maybe a sweatshirt or two. And our very own Michael Allen is actually going to donate some stuff from his private NASCAR collection, giveaways for some winners for these races that we're doing. So a lot of good things going on here with Alpha One Foundation. Again, we're so happy to have them on board and looking to raise some funds for them, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. But let's take a look at the racing action now. It looks like they are gridding up now, so we'll take a look here and we'll see Chris Phillips gets himself the pole, and Steven Shue is going to be in the second position. Third is going to go to Gordon Spain. Fourth, Nate Brooker. Wes Wigan is going to be in fifth. Sixth is going to go to Jeff Ledford. Bobby Hall is in seventh. Alex Healy in eighth. Ninth is going to be Matt Grenier. Christopher Barker is going to get the 10th position. 11th is going to go to Mascot Mike, and Mike Allen is going to be in our 12th position. Bobby Grady is going to be 13th. 14th is Rick Baldwin. John B is also known as Q. He is going to be in her 15th position. 16 is going to be Scott Millard. 17th is going to be Dakota Shepard. Alex Foster is in 18th. 19th is going to be Daniel Worthington. Thomas Hall is going to be 20. 21st is Lewis Flowers. And Robert Amaral is going to be 22nd tonight on the grid. Let's take that off of there. Get kind of focused on our leaders here as we get ready to go. Now, I do want to take just a moment while we're on our pace lap here. I'd like to talk to Mike Allen, who is one of our regular drivers here and kind of helped us set this up. And he actually has this disease. So let's talk to him for just a moment. As soon as the race controller gets done with his opening statement, we will get him in the booth here. See Mike Allen right there in his 29 machine, and let's see if we can talk to him. Mike, Matthew in the booth, you got me?
I got you.
Hey, buddy. I want to talk to you, but as we get rolling here, we just kind of did our opening monologue talking about this Alpha One Foundation. Give me a couple of seconds of what it means to you and what this foundation is.
Well, I'll tell you what, Matt, it means the world to me. You know, I was diagnosed with this going on 25 years ago, and I've got it in my lungs, and, you know, it can be in the liver, and it's pretty special. It's pretty special to be able to raise awareness this way. The Alpha Foundation does many fundraisers and things, but, you know, this is just a whole new way to put this disease out there and let it be known, because it is rare, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, go.
Hold on one second, buddy. Hold on. Go ahead, Mike.
No, it's just, you know, I'm greatly appreciated for the Alpha Foundation to sponsor these next 3 races for the Southern Network, and you know, it's pretty special to me, and let's see if we can raise some money. I'd love to be able to raise, even if it's $5. It's the feeling that I'm gonna get raising awareness this way. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, well said. Well, you guys are rounded 3 and 4. I'm going to let you get to it, buddy. Have a great race. We'll see you on the backside.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you have it. So that's Michael Allen there. Sorry about that little interruption. Somebody jumped into our channel, unfortunately. But so Mike Allen there in the 29 car. Let's get up to our lead here where we are just now under green. Chris Phillips takes the green flag. He's got Gordon Spain really pushing him there. Got a good start for those guys out front here. And you see now the 6 car of Chris Phillips out front. He's got the bottom lane he wants to be in there. Got a teammate there, Steven Shu, 00 on the outside. So we'll have to see if they can link up and try to get control of this race here early. And side by side going through the tri-oval. You got Ledford there on the outside as well. That's also a teammate there, Foothills teammate. So 1, 2, 3 on the outside, but you got Gordon Spain and you got Nate Brooker, 45 there on the bottom side as well. So these guys are lots of teammates there and lots of good hard racing here early. We got side by side, almost 3 wide there. Let's take a look back there, almost 3 wide, but I think they saw better of it and ended up just going 2 wide through there. Now 3 wide there. You see Healy on the outside, Barker on the inside, and Grenier on, Barker's in the middle, Grenier on the inside. And now Healy on the outside is going to lose that battle there. But look up front here. You see these 2 teammates now, Steven Shu, Chris Phillips. They like that outside, so that's what they're going to use right now. Seems to be working for him here in the early run. We'll have to see at this night race in Las Vegas where exactly is going to be the preferred line, and it looks like kind of just middle off the bottom there is going to be best for right now. Looks pretty fast as you see our top 5 or so starting to get single file, but look right back here a little bit. We still got Bobby Hall Jr., 94. He's our points leader there with Chris Barker back from a little bit of a hiatus, back on track with us tonight. Single file through the top 7 or so, and then you see here's our Michael Allen, our Alpha 1 Foundation driver. He is moving up the field, up 3 positions from where he started working on the 15 of Matt Grenier now. Seeing if he can get inside there and get going. And it looks like a car may have spun out the back there. No caution yet. A couple of cars off track. I've got to imagine that's going to cause a caution here. It looks like cars are off pace. We do have a caution. Let's put our tower up so we can see that lap 5. Let's see, Alex Healy, he was the one who was on the outside there a little bit. He's in the middle. Not sure if he came down there or Mascot Mike got taken out there. Can't really tell exactly what happened, but Alex Healy right there is absolutely junked. Let's take one more look at it here. As you see, I don't know, it's just kind of a coming together. I don't think that Mascot Mike on the inside there knew that he was 3 wide and thought he would kind of float up the track a little bit more. He didn't do that, unfortunately, so we can actually probably take a look on board as well, and we can see if, well, let me see if I can get him here. There we go. There he is. So he was the 55 truck just on the inside there. So he's going to have to recuperate here. See him kind of pacing around there. So lap 6 we are on. Chris Phillips leading this race. Mike Babicek's going to have to get it kind of sorted here and see if maybe he's going to have to use a fast repair. We're not really sure just yet, but we'll see. If you don't know, drivers in this league get 1 fast repair per race, and it looks like he's still out there, so he may actually still be okay. Got to imagine Alex Healy has gone ahead and he has taken his fast repair. That car was kind of messed up there. Yeah, these guys are in the pits there. You see the 62 coming off, and we'll see another one here. There's Alex Healy now coming off. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Q. Looks like Alex Healy is still in there, so tough break for him early in this race. As His light's still on the pace truck, so we'll go another lap, and then we'll get green or one to go here in just a moment. Good. Race control is just announcing now that the 55 moving up into the 97 is going to be at fault for that one. So that's going to be an EOL for the 55. Again, I don't think it was anything other than he just didn't realize they were 3 wide, didn't know that the 97 was going to stay that low, because typically you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't stay down there, and so he just kind of didn't know that. Spotter maybe didn't say something, and boom, there you go. So we'll get it going again. We got the lights off the pace truck. We'll get started again on lap 9, and we'll see if we can get a good run out of this. Typically speaking, at these 1.5 mile tracks, this league full of very talented drivers is you know, you'll see 1 to 3 cautions in these ones. So we got an early one here. Hopefully that is not a sign of things to come, but it's always more fun when you get some longer green flag runs and you see who really can take care of those tires and who's driving aggressive and gets them going. All right, so the pace truck is off in the restart zone. Let's take a look here and see. Chris Phillips gets a great jump there, but 2 of his Foothill teammates are on the outside, and I gotta believe he's going to go with him instead of Gordon Spain. Steven Shue looked like he kind of scraped the wall just a little bit there, but that ain't going to hurt it too bad, and we're under caution again. Let's take a look. This looks to be Q here on this one. And you know what they say, cautions breed caution. So you got that high voltage car right there, and it looks like the 97 behind him just kind of checked up. A little bit of a miscommunication there by everybody, just kind of a start and stop kind of situation, and unfortunately that happens sometimes. So we will re-rack it and get it going again. Rick Baldwin there, up 5 positions from where he started in his 19 truck, currently in the 9th position. So it looks like he may have some speed tonight, at least on a short run. And we got a couple guys pitting here. Alex Healy's going to go back. Mike Allen in the Alpha 1 machine is going to be back, is going to be on pit road. Not sure if he's there for any sort of issues or anything, so he may just be electing to go ahead and pit here. They do have 4 sets of tires, so you really could use one right here and have plenty of tires to go the rest of the way as soon as we get some green flag racing. So I would say that may be the case for him. Might as well get some tires. So let's take a look back up front. Gordon Spain hanging tough with those Foothill guys in the 2nd position, staying right there, even though he's got 3 of the Foothills Motorsports drivers around him. And I'm trying to see, oh yeah, the 4th one there is in 46. That's Chris Barker. He's in the 8th position. So all 4 of those drivers in the top 10 right now. Looks like quite a few guys are taking pits here. You got 55, 62, 54, 71, 70, and of course the 97. So a bunch of drivers are taking the opportunity to pit. They may be getting tires because, like I said, they have extras. And they may just be topping off fuel. This may be a fuel strategy thing here because they can probably go about 50 laps or so, maybe 50 to 60, I would say, on a tank of fuel. So therefore, they may be able to top off here and eliminate some pitting later. Maybe. I don't know. It may be a little bit early still, but possibility. So, little strategy play early here may be happening. All right, here we go. We got one to go. They're going to line up side by side. We'll get this thing started one more time. We'll get green on lap 13. We'll see if those foothill guys can maintain control of this race, or if Gordon Spain is going to give him a bit of an issue. But he's going to be on the outside this time. Stephen Shu in that 00. His teammate's going to be behind Chris Phillips, who's starting. So they should be able to get a good jump here together. We'll see if they can work together to make that happen. Go. Restart zone. Chris Phillips gets that jump. 00 follows pretty well. We'll see how they do 1 and 2. He may be able to get by that 38 of Gordon Spain. We'll see what happens. Side by side they go into the corner. Oh, and the 6 car gets a little loose, has to check up. That's going to cost him some positions, and they both go by. Now we're 3 wide here until Chris Phillips gets back up to speed. There he goes. He gets onto the outside, so he's not 3 wide any longer. And that cost him about 5 positions there, so he's got a rebound from that. Now in traffic, this truck is going to handle differently for him. And we are side by side for the lead. Gordon Spain on the outside, not giving up on it. Stephen Shu on the inside. Very aggressive entry into that corner. Needs to be, because he's going to have the outside will have momentum off the corner, and side by side they stay. Jeff Ledford pushing his way into the bottom lane to get behind his teammate there. Let's take a look on board with Jeff Ledford. I believe we have him here tonight. There he is there. Let's go into the roll bar cam so we can see exactly what Jeff is going through in that car. Stephen Shu just blinked out a little bit. That's not helping. These are 2 teammates trying to work together here. You see Ledford's hands nice and smooth. Not a lot of tug and pull on that. Just a little bit off the corner, so slightly loose off the corner. But other than that, looks very stable for him. Look at the draw he gets up to him there, now giving him a little bit of bump so they can try to get out front and get a little bit of gap between them. And they're still side by side. He's still on the outside of Ledford there. Gordon Spain has fallen back a couple of spots as well. Chris Phillips on the prowl again. Now back up to the 4th position. Look at Gordon Spain going really low, taking that inside away. Chris Phillips did not want to let him back up on the track. Got them both loose, but the real loser there was actually Gordon Spain. Look how far back he fell after that. Now the rule in the league is you can go below that line on every track except for Daytona and Talladega. But the rule also states that a driver does not have to let you back up on track, and that's exactly what happened right there. A little bit of 0 give, and Gordon Spain finds himself back into the 6th position. We are 3 wide for the lead here. Bobby Hall Jr. trying to come up through the field. Jeff Ledford's going to be on the inside, Bobby Hall on the outside. Teammates are going to go with Ledford. 1, 2, 3 on the inside, but Bobby Hall on the outside. Good momentum for him, but I don't know if that's the preferred line at this point. It doesn't look like it. Everybody's pretty much single file now except for Bobby Hall out there, now falling back a couple of spots, and you see pretty much 3 wide here back here with Rick Baldwin in the middle. Some hard racing there. tight racing too. Nobody really giving an inch. Bobby Brady in that one truck. Baldwin's going to fall in right behind him with Barker behind him and see if they can make some ground up on that inside. All single file out front. You can see that there. So this is your first side-by-side race here for about 7th or 8th. It looks like this is going to be for 7th position between these two. Brady has that, and now Rick Baldwin's going to be looking for 7th position. Or, I'm sorry, this is for 6th position. Bobby Brady has 6th position. 7th is right now Matt Grenier in the 15, 19. Trying to work on it, see what he can get there. It's a little bit faster on the bottom of the track now, so guys, this is that preferred line now. Looks like with new fresh tires, you can get a little bit more momentum and stick to it outside, but not so much once the tires get warm. It looks like the bottom is going to be the best spot to be. Not by much though. They can definitely hang out there. You can see this right now. This has been 3 laps or so that we have watched these guys side by side the whole time, so not a whole lot of advantage there. Now you see these Foothills teammates, guys, 1, 2, 3 out front, single file. Gordon Spain kind of starting to come back, getting Bobby Hall Jr. Gordon Spain still working there on Bobby Hall. Bobby's pretty decent on the outside, but it did cost him some spots earlier. But see there, he's pretty much clear. Not anymore, though. There he goes. Now he's clear. Now his first side-by-side action we got is the 19 and 15. Still at it 5-6 laps later. Still going at it side-by-side. But realistically, either one of these lanes is working just fine right now. Look at the momentum the 15 gets on the outside that time to clear the 19. And the 46 looking to go by him as well. Kind of lined up on the outside there. And Bobby Hall now looking to the inside of Chris Phillips for the third position. Gets by him there. Breaking up the Foothills Motorsports top 3. Go back a little bit further here. You see Mike Babicek. He's the one that was in the caution before. He's up to the 14th position now. Mike Allen behind him there in our Alpha 1 Foundation car. He's battling the 24 of Alex Foster. And that is for the 15th position. Now he's got a little bit of cushion there, just riding around here. Waiting to see if we get a long run, hoping to save some tires. Most of single file through the field now, except for these guys here, this little group here. Gordon Spain looking to get around Chris Phillips on the inside. And not able to get that done just yet. Now he gets by there, but watch as he go off the corner. Look at the momentum going back to the 6. Meanwhile, all this going on, and Bobby Hall kind of dogging Stephen Shue a little bit there in the 00. Jeff Ledford is getting out to quite a lead here. See the gap there is almost a second now, so he's got a good gap. He wants to see this thing go green for a while. And these guys here are still racing pretty darn hard. And it looks like Chris Phillips in that 6 truck is kind of backing up to those guys. So they are going to have to try to figure that out, get around him if they can. Not sure if he kind of burned up his tires. Remember when we had that restart, he kind of slid his tires going into corner 1. Cost him some spots. Not sure if that kind of overheated those tires from the get-go, and that's why he's having a little bit more problems here. But if that is the case, he should be able to sort it out as soon as he gets some fresh tires on there. Question is going to be, how many laps are we going to do before he gets that opportunity? Now Gordon Spain is well inside of him there, and he's going to see if he can make the pass. Tried this a couple of times, gotten there. We're going to, ooh, it looks like we're almost going to be 3 wide there with the one on the inside, but he thought better of it. And just not able to complete a pass on the inside here. There he goes really low, trying to shorten the track out a little bit, and that didn't help. So I don't know if that's something he wants to continue to try, because that did not seem to be much faster. Once you get back onto the banked racing surface, it kind of upsets that car crossing back over. So I think he may not want to continue to do that, but now you see the 15 getting in there, so now he's going to try to take a turn and see if he can get by the 6. And side by side they are going into turn 1 here. And Grenier is by him. There you go. So Matt Grenier up to the 4th position. See the guys in the front here. There's kind of a little bit of a gap there for 1, 2, 3. Nate Brooker on the outside there in that 45 truck. He is trying to help Chris Phillips get by, and they do. And now they're kind of single filed out a little bit. Gordon Spain now going to try the outside after the inside didn't work for him. And the 45 is going to be the first one trying to go around the 6 car on the outside. Look how high he went right there, and that worked for him. That worked. He's got a full head of steam here. And there you go. He makes the pass. So Nate Brooker is up to 4th position now. He's rounding that outside pretty good. So now that the tires are getting good and worn, it looks like the outside's working a little bit better for some of these drivers. Gordon Spain dives to the inside again. Now, he tried many times to pass the 6 on the inside, but was unable to do it. And the same result there, unfortunately. And it looks like Jeff Ledford off track right now. Not sure if he decided to pit on his own or if something happened there, but that was from the lead. And I'm not sure if something happened or not, but he's back at it. So maybe that was a time to pit. Seems kind of interesting. None of his teammates went with him. So if that is a strategy call, that is on his own. So up front, this is Stephen Shue, Bobby Hall fighting for the lead now. Bobby Hall going out wide. Can't make up ground that time. Going up to his bumper now, so it's kind of a slow burn there, but he did make momentum, got him there, and he's on the inside now. Stephen Shue's going to battle back on that outside. Going to be hard to pass on the inside, I think, with worn tires. And there you go, Stephen Shue back to the outside and the lead. Bobby Hall now trying the outside. Matt Grenier gets to the inside of him, but can't really make that stick. Not giving up yet, though. There he goes, dips in behind him a little bit. And we just heard on the radio the 88 of Wes Wigan is pitting from the 11th position. So we may be getting to this point where we are doing some green flag stops. I think they still can go some more laps. I just wonder if this is a strategy play. Now they're in that window where they can make it on one more stop after this. So they're going to go ahead and do it now. Bobby Grady's going to hit the pits. These guys still battling for the lead, so I don't think they're going to pit just yet. But there goes Bobby Grady into the pits. Got that Alpha One sponsor on the hood. Thank you for that. There he goes. These guys still battling it out. Lap 38 now. Okay, so we got a few of these drivers now. I'm starting to hear some more call outs. We got Dakota Shepard's going to pit. We got Thomas Hall's going to pit. Looks like Nate Brooker's pitting. A few guys are going to go ahead and pit here. And these guys continue on. Definitely two different strategies going on here. Okay, here Steven Shu is going to be pitting this time from the lead, sort of. Bobby Hall's got the lead, but he is, because he is checking up. Steven Shu, teammate, or I'm sorry, Chris Phillips, this is Steven Shu's teammate. He's going to pit with him here. See Mike Allen in our Alpha 1 truck. He is pitting as well. 24 there of Alex Foster's pitting. Bobby Hall staying out. Matt Grenier is going to pit there, so he's going to pit from the second position. Chris Barker, is pitting. So now we got everybody coming in. Green flag stops are well underway at this point. And remember, the driver that came in first, Jeff Ledford, is probably going to end up back in the lead after this. We'll see. Right now he is short a lap down, but in the sixth position. Almost everybody except for our leader and let's see. So our leader 94, he's still on the track, and the 55 truck right there of Mascot Mike, he is on the track as well. And we'll have to see there. Bobby Hall's coming in. Mascot Mike is going to take one more, lead a lap. Why not? Also, you see there the 97, but he, I believe, is a couple laps down here, so he is not for position. And here comes Ledford. Ledford's going to get his lap back. Probably the old-fashioned way. Let's see if Mike comes in here. Nope, not yet. Now, remember, some of these guys topped off, and that Mike may have done that. So he may have a little while before he actually needs to pit. But you can see the absolute speed difference that these drivers have. And even though, you know, it's a different window, different cycle, you know, you may want to pit now if you're the 55 truck. But let's keep in mind that he may be getting to a certain window so that he only has to pit one more time as well. So this may be a strategy play. He knows he's going to be a little bit slower, but just wants to make it on one more stop. Jeff Ledford crossing the line there for lap 44. Even though we did all of that green flag racing, and Ledford is definitely in a spot of his own, but now we got, you see the field here kind of spread out a bit. So these guys are racing the track at this point. You got to take care of your tires. You don't want to have too many issues like that. Mike Babinchek still leading. Let's take a look at his onboard if we can. See if we can find that. We don't have that feed anymore, unfortunately. There he goes. So now he's going to pit. This is going to give it back to Ledford as soon as he comes back around. And then we'll get a real good look at how much time Ledford has above the field. Ledford, I think we still have his cam. There he is. He's doing a great job behind the wheel tonight. I didn't even catch his pit stop because it was so early. I didn't think anybody would be pitting yet, but he sure did it, and now he's going to be out front by quite a bit. We will see. It looks like about a 4 3/4 second lead he's got here. So big lead for him right now. He had about a second, maybe a 1 1/4 lead. So he's about 3.5 seconds more of a gap now because he's short pitted. But it's not going to be the best in the world because later on in this run he's going to have worn out tires and their tires are going to be fresher. So we're going to have to see how this all plays out. And you can see the lead already down to 4.5, so he's losing a few tenths here. And we'll see Matt Grenier up into the second position. Stephen Shue right behind him there. You see that. So this is a battle for the second position, but they are definitely gaining time on him. We're at 4.38 now. So he's losing about 0.2 a lap. Ledford is in the front. Got a good gap, but how many laps is he going to be able to hold on to at 4 is the question. It looks like Stephen Shue kind of, for the time being, just content to ride behind Grenier, which is a very smart move. There's no reason for them to continue to race each other right now side by side, slowing them both down. They still got to catch the 01, so they might as well get that done first. That's some good racecraft there by the 00 to understand what the mission is, and the mission is to cut a 4-second lead, and they're absolutely doing it. They are down to 3.7 seconds now. Point 3.2 seconds now is the lead, so Jeff Ledford definitely out front, and you can see now they're on the same straightaway, so they're definitely catching. Now the question here is, are they going to be able to catch him and pass him? You know, if I'm Ledford right now, I would not be driving 100%. I would be at about 80% until they catch me, because I want to kind of equalize those tires. So if I could hold on to them, I know they're going to catch me. So I would only be driving about 80% right now, knowing that I need to save some tires for when these guys get to me. And that very well may be what he's doing, just at the rate that they're catching him. It just seems like that's kind of what's going on here. Now we're just at about 2 seconds of a lead. See back there, looks like Alex, oh no, 71 there of Q just went around. Now he's a lap down. He just came out of the pits, I think, so he's got some faster tires on there for sure. So they're going to let him go around. And now look at this. So 00 gets around the 15, 38 looking to get around them both. Now these guys are actually racing here, as they're about 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Now they're going to race for it a little bit, and Grenier's got to make a decision here in the 15 truck who he's going to go with. And he's going to stay to the bottom. And this is exactly what Ledford wants to see. He wants them to be racing in his mirror. This is going to slow down that it's going to slow down those trucks from catching them. Still catching him though, but definitely not at the same pace they were. But we're down to 1.3 seconds. We got a couple of guys, Thomas Hall, I believe, yep, and Bobby Grady are both going to be pitting right now. A little bit out of sequence, but with about 70 laps to go, don't think they can make it the whole way, but a short pit for fresher tires the whole time could pay off. We'll have to see. It looks like Gordon Spain not able to get it done on the inside. He has had trouble tonight passing on the inside. He keeps getting runs, but then he goes to the inside and can't quite make it. So he's just, trying it, doing what he can, but not able to do that. And a lot of drivers are having that issue. So not just him, but he keeps trying it, and it's just not working, unfortunately. But got to try something. Want to win the race. there we go. So they have caught Ledford. He's the truck out front there, the 01. And they are now 4 cars for the lead have caught him. Now we're going to see if he's just that much slower or if he's kind of been taking it easy. He did pit quite a bit earlier, so we'll have to see. And nobody's going with him there. Now Steven Shue's going to jump up and go with him, his teammate. Both going to stay on the outside there, but they got this 62 truck. Gordon Spain going all the way to the inside again. And this 62 truck's going to come into play here in a moment, and he's not really sure where to go. Now they get kind of single file up, so maybe they can take the inside and get around him. Can't do it just yet. See, the 62 is 8 laps down, so he should yield here to these guys and let them go around. But he's got pretty much the same pace, and 01 of Jeff Ledford has just announced that he's going to pit here. So he is definitely on a short pit strategy. So now there's just 3 cars up here for the lead. Chris Barker is in 4th, but he's about 2.5 seconds behind this group. Now the 38's got the outside there. I think he's going to be able to prevail here. There he goes around. Now you see, so Gordon Spain is out front. These guys are getting around the 62 here now. There they go. So they'll get back at it, see if they can get back up to the 38. But Gordon Spain looking very fast. Just in line like that, you would think that that would help them catch. They're kind of hanging right about that 3.5 tent mark, so they are about the same pace, but not able to catch him at this point. So I think Gordon Spain's going to be able to stick it out front here for just a little while. Let's kind of go through the field a little bit, give you some updates. Look at Mike Allen, our Alpha 1 Foundation driver. He is up to the 7th position, up 5 from where he started, having a great night tonight. Dan Worthington in the 113, he's in the 9th position. He's up 10 from where he started. So started deep in the field, but has made his way up. Alex Foster there in the 24 truck, up 8 positions from where he started in 10th position. Dakota Shepard is in the 11th position. He is up 6 positions from where he started. So lots of guys making some moves right now. We'll see how that holds out. Now we got about half a second lead out here for Gordon Spain. So he has been able to widen it just a little bit, give himself some breathing room. And there's Jeff Ledford back on track, and he is a little bit, well, he's in 14th position now. He is, I don't know, not quite half a lap behind the leaders here. But he is a lap down, so call it about a lap and a half to the leaders, I would say. And we'll have to keep an eye here on his progress. He's obviously going to be a lot faster right now. See how all this works out. You see Chris Phillips there. He is a teammate there, but he's going around him. That definitely shows you the speed difference that you have with those fresh tires. Gordon Spain out front, added a couple of tenths to the lead now. As these guys back here are kind of racing, not terribly, just using a little bit of a different line. Look at Gradner using a very high line and then cutting it down into two to get great momentum off. Didn't really gain a whole lot of room there, but just kind of a different strategy, different line. These guys are pretty evenly matched. They're just kind of hanging with each other, but now it's 3/4 of a second out front, so Gordon Spain is able to drag these guys just a little bit. So lap 67, we are exactly halfway in this race. Gordon Spain still your leader, and you see Matt Grenier there kind of backing off Steven Shue a little bit. So Steven Shue was able to save a little bit more tires, and it looks like our Alpha 1 driver Mike Allen is going to be pitting here. It looks like so. It's his stop now. Remember, Ledford's already done it, so he's way in front of these guys. Looks like 29 is going to go ahead and pit here. See if he does that. There's the 62 pitting as well. There we go. So Mike Allen is going to come in and pit halfway. So he may have to pit one more time. Some of these guys may be able to, if they stretch this out a little bit, may be able to make it on just that stop. But they're going to be very slow on tires. So we'll have to see if that extra stop and the ability to be faster is actually going to pay off and be a net gain. There's quite a bit of fall off on the tires at this track, so it is a big difference. But you see now the lead kind of pan out a little bit here. You can see the lead there. It's over a second now. And we got the 94 of Bobby Hall. That's our points leader. He is on the pit road. And Alex Foster in the 24, he's on pit road as well. We got 88-46, Chris Barker, Wes Wagon. These guys are pitting now. 101 Derek Shepard. So these guys are all pitting. So let's see when our leaders come in, as everyone else is kind of doing it now. So it does look like these guys can only get about 35 laps on these tires, it looks like. So not as many laps as we thought they were going to be able to get. And from the 5th position, it looks like the 55 truck is going to go ahead and pit here. Mascot Mike is coming in. There he goes. He's got an Alpha 1 banner on his car as well. Chris Phillips now coming in. Our pole sitter is in the pits. So Gordon Spain still out front, 1.3 second lead over Steve. Nate Brooker has now taken the 3rd position as the 15 of Matt Grenier has gone ahead and pitted. He'll take the 3rd position. Pretty big gap here to the cars that have not pit yet. Here's Jeff Ledford. Still scored a lap down, but to definitely get that back as soon as you guys pit. You see he's right behind Gordon Spain, so he's almost got his lap back on the track. We'll keep an eye on him since he will probably cycle out as our leader. And look at the closing, just the speed that he's got on him. So there you go. So Ledford no longer a lap down now. So 45 Nate Brooker is going to pit. There he comes. Cool. So he's done. Dan Worthington. Steven Shue now on pit road as well. He just came in right in front of him there. Just caught that. And so Gordon Spade's still out front. Dan Worthington in the 113. He's in the second position, but he is about 8.5 seconds behind there. So when does Gordon Spade come in? And is he going to try to make it on one stop? Looks like 113. Dan Worthington's going to come in. Let's see if he does indeed do that as he is rounding 3 and 4. Yep, he is off pace. He is going to come in and pit. Gordon Spade, the only driver still out there that hasn't pit. If he can make it long enough, we haven't seen him be able to get that many laps on a set of tires. There he goes, 38 coming in. Going to hand it back to Jeff Ledford as soon as he comes around here. Going to have to go all the way back around to get this back. We'll see if he's actually going to be able to do that. It takes about a lap to actually, for somebody to pit, so we'll see exactly how this timing comes out. But I got to tell you, these guys, Gordon Spain and Grenier and Hall, these guys are going to be a heck of a lot faster. So, not sure what his lead's going to be when this is all said and done, but don't think it's going to be much as like, now he did just pass the 38. 38 is going to be at least half a lap behind him, but a heck of a lot faster here. .7 seconds is the lead right now, which that has grown. Remember when he came out last time, when we cycled through last time, he was about 4.8 seconds. And now it's 6.5, and so a little bit bigger gap this time. But again, that's probably going to close pretty fast. Matt Grenier came in a bunch of laps after him, as did everyone else. But these guys here are going to be a lot faster, and you see these guys are all second, third, fourth right there, all racing each other, but also trying to get to the front here and catch the 01. Gordon Spain now back on track. He has cycled into the 6th position, so he's down 12 seconds to the lead, but has the freshest tires by 3 to 4 laps maybe than most of the field. So he's going to be probably ripping through this field pretty quick here. Back up front, the 01 still doing good. Back to down to 4.8 second lead. Got Dakota Shepard, Mike Babinchek here. They're racing each other for position. 93 Thomas Hall, also for position. He goes low. I'm telling you, every time somebody goes down there, it's just not all that fast. But he definitely has slower tires, so I think he maybe did that just to let him go, not as a strategy there. And it down to 3.9 seconds is the lead here. Check in on this second, third, fourth battle. So Chris Barker is a little bit off of these guys now. A couple truck lengths there, but Bobby Hall and Matt Grenier still. Those are teammates, of course, at Flex Motorsports. So Matt Grenier is very fast at this track. He's having a great night. He's passing more trucks than have been able to pass him, that's for sure. Up 7 positions where he started in the 2nd position now, so. Gordon Spain back there, still in 6th position, but the gap was 12 seconds before. Now it's only 8.5, so definitely making up some spaces. You see Grenier is able to kind of gap Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall now falling back to the 46 of Chris Barker. seconds now is the lead for Ledford. A couple of guys pitting, but they're a couple laps down, so a little bit off sequence here. Some of the guys that were in the early accidents. And you're definitely able to gap these guys. Now you can see Ledford in the screen there. And he's got it down to 1.3 seconds. Now, once Ledford gets past, it's not going to be but maybe 10, 12 more laps. He's going to have to pit again. And we'll just see how this strategy plays out for him. Definitely, when the cycle is done, he's definitely out front. Just how's it going to be when the checkers fall? That's what's going to matter. 93, Thomas Hall is pitting. And half a second now is the lead. But look at what Grenier's been able to do with Bobby Hall and Chris Barker. He's just kind of left them in the dust by about a second, and he's really working on Ledford now. Quarter of a second, about 2 truck lengths, and look at, he goes high, gets momentum off there, and it looks like he's going to make this pass on the outside. There they go, side by side. Gotta believe the 15's got way better tires, and yep, he's going to be able to make that pass. He makes quick work of Ledford, now trying to set sail on the field, get as much of a gap as he can for when he has to pit. We'll have to keep an eye on when Ledford goes ahead and hits the pit here, probably in about 10 laps or so, I would imagine. Mascot Mike going around at the 24 there of Alex Foster. Alex Foster, the newest addition to the Foothills team. Been doing a good job so far. He's very new at this, but he's a clean driver, you know, and somewhat competitive. So, done good with Team Foothills. He's got a bunch of good drivers on his team there that can definitely help him out. So, good group of guys to be around. But you want to talk about good performance. Matt Grenier out front, Flex Motorsports. He's got a bunch of teammates here too. Bobby Hall now has gone to the second position, getting around Ledford, also a Flex teammate. Wes Wigan in the 88 truck, a Flex Motorsports guy as well. Dan Worthington in the 113 is a Flex Motorsports driver. All those guys also in the top 10. So they are doing a great job tonight. Jeff Ledford here falling back. These guys got much fresher tires. This is just part of the strategy, you know. He's just gotta stick to what it is that he's doing. Working lap 92 now. 1 second lead here for Matt Grenier. Chris Phillips, our pole sitter, is going back onto pit road. He might be on a little bit different strategy here as well. Hasn't really been in the top 5 for quite some laps now, so kind of fell back after that restart there where he got a little bit loose going into 1, and the truck just hasn't really been the same since. Here we got Steven Shue and Gordon Spain going back at it again. These guys have been racing each other a lot tonight. They've been racing each other hard but clean. Kind of racing we like to see. And once again, as we work through another green flag run, I want to mention, if you see these graphics up, of our Alpha One Foundation sponsoring the next few races that we got here. Alpha One is what's commonly referred to. It is a lung disease that sometimes people misdiagnose it for COPD, as I understand, but it is a much more serious disease that can also affect the liver and pancreas and that sort of thing. And so they are on board sponsoring our series for a few races. We're very glad to have them, and we'd love to raise some funds for them. You see the QR code there, that'll take you directly to a donation on their website. SRN gets nothing from that. We are just trying to help raise awareness and raise a few bucks for them. So if you feel so inclined, please do give them a buck or two. You know, that would be awesome. We'd love to see some action from our iRacing community. Wes Wigan now pitting from the 7th position, 01. Jeff Ledford, he is going to pit now as well. So you can see that a couple of these guys are starting to peel off. And a couple of guys coming with Jeff Ledford this time. So we will see. Now this is lap 96. We have 29 laps to go, let's say. So, I mean, this may work out for Ledford. We'll have to see when these guys decide to pit. Because right now, they can go another, I don't know, 7 laps or so. But they're losing probably half a second to lap. Easy, just in tire wear and time. And so, you know, with 29 left to go, ooh, man, may be good. May come down to the wire. We will have to see. But we got a bunch of trucks now on pit road. You got Wes Wigan, Jeff Ledford, Mascot Mike, Dakota Shepard, Dan Worthington, Bobby Grady. All these guys that were all top 10 drivers are all now pitting. 15 Leader has just announced that he's going to be pitting. So watch him go into the pit. Now the 97 is laps down, so he's not for position here. See the 15 kind of dip off a little bit late, trying to get in there as hot as possible. This is going to turn the lead over to Bobby Hall, but Gordon Spain's trying to take it from him right now, using the 70 as a pick. That works for him. Gordon Spain going by. Now remember, Gordon Spain went long last time and was in the lead. Now with not so many laps left, is he going to be able to stay out long and still get back to the lead? This is going to be interesting. Fuel strategy definitely playing out here. We're going to have to see what these guys can do. Teammates side by side here. Second and third. That's the 00 and the 46. Bobby Hall peels off. Chris Barker is in the fence. Get off of it. There he goes. All right, that's going to slow him down a little bit, but he's okay. Probably not going to hurt the truck much. So Gordon Spain out front, and just like we saw in the last cycle, he's going to go a little bit longer here. Coming to 25 to go at lap 100. Chris Barker is in the pits now after scraping the wall a little bit there and costing him some speed. I guess he figured just go ahead and come in now. Makes sense to me. Let's see who's going to be next. Gordon Spain leading by about a second and a half now. Again, that 70 car is not for position, so he's just out there running a lap or two down. And it looks like Alex Foster in the 24 is going to dip onto pit road. He was in the 3rd position, so he's on pit road next. So back to Steven Shoes, about a second and a half right there, still running on track. You see Jeff Ledford 1 lap down. Bobby Hall just went by him. These guys are both pit. Now Bobby Hall pit a little bit later, so he's got a little fresher tires. He's gone around Ledford, but both these guys can make it. Ledford going a little bit earlier here. Now he's got a little bit older tires, and that's going to cost the lead when this thing cycles out, I believe. But Grenier has pit, and he's actually the one out front. So I take that back. He's the first one to lap down. He's actually got the lead. And Stephen Shue and Gordon Spain still need to pit. Unless they think they can stretch it. I don't know if I think that's going to be possible, but we'll probably have to see these guys dip in at about 10 to go, I would imagine. There you go, 38, Gordon Spain just announced that he's going to pit. He's pitting now with 22 to go. Let's see if Stephen Shue follows him. He is. He's going to go ahead and pit as well. So the last two guys to pit. Matt Grenier is going to be out front. As soon as it cycles around. And it looks like he's probably going to be out front by about a second and a half, I think it'll be. Take a look when it all comes around. There you go. So about 1.7 seconds, let's call it. Ledford and Hall going at it over here. They are definitely racing. Now Hall had the pass, but Ledford battling back now. Wants second place back. There's going to be zero give now. These guys have got to race hard with 20 to go, but you don't want to eat up your tires and cost yourself more positions. But I will say this, behind these guys, there is about a 4.2 second gap, so they got some space behind them to get this figured out. Two of our predominant teams here with Flex Motorsports at 94, Bobby Hall on the outside, is our points leader in the series, and Jeff Ledford with Foothills Motorsports on the inside. Either one giving an inch here. Neither lane is prevailing either, so they are neck and neck all the way around, lap after lap here. There you see Ledford gets a little bit of a nose in front of him, but can't clear him to take the spot away. This is exactly what Matt Grenier wants to see, because Matt Grenier up here, take a look at him, dealing with a little bit of traffic right now, getting around them okay, but that could have slowed him up a little bit, and these guys side by side are definitely slowing him down. Gap is 1.8 seconds right now. And it looks like Thomas Hall is going, or not Thomas Hall, Bobby Hall is going to prevail on that one. Get a little bit of a gap. So now 1.5 seconds to Matt Grenier out front. Does he have time with 17 laps left to get him? He does got a couple laps, fresher tires, I do believe. Got to get around these lap trucks first. Now you see Ledford kind of falling back a little bit because he did pit a little bit earlier, but also because he was racing pretty hard down there on the bottom and might have heated those tires up a little bit, so needs to kind of take it easy for a few laps here and then see if he can make a go at it again. Meanwhile, Bobby Hall is back to 1.28 seconds now, and he is closing on him for sure. You can see the gap there. We will have to see, does he have time? Going to be 15 to go as he crosses the stripe here. Back here a little further, you see Wes Wigan in the 4th position, Chris Barker in the 5th position. They are battling for that. And you Go back, Steven Shue and Gordon Spain can't get away from each other tonight. Also racing for the 6th position. Look at Chris Barker pulling to the inside there. Can't really make that work just yet. Great momentum off the corner, though. And you see as they pass the stripe, the lead has gone down to 1 second. So about a tenth and a half he's gained in every lap here. So by that math, Bobby Hall has got time to catch Matt Grenier. Side by side they are here for the 4th position. And look at Bobby Grady, Gordon Spain, who hit late, just rips right through them all. Steven Shue hit at the same time as the 38 in the 00, so he's faster as well. Now, is he going to stick with his teammate? I don't think he can do it. He's got to go. It's go time. 13 laps to go. He's got to see what he can get. I think the 46, Chris Barker's unfortunately got to concede that spot. He's going to be in the 6th position now. Still a great run for him coming back, first week back after several weeks off. There we go. There's the lead there, 3/4 of a second now. Further we go into this run, though, the less and less advantage that Bobby Hall has for those tires. Just as I say that, you can see they're doing another lap here, and they're still right about that 3/4 of a second mark. In fact, I think that the 15 truck has gained a 10th here. So he's actually hanging tough now. The speeds have equalized, the tires have equalized, and it looks like Matt Grenier is in a great spot here to take the win. Edford up to the 3rd position, so kind of fell back a little bit there, but he's going to get himself a podium. He's just off the pace there. Now, he's still got 2 seconds to Gordon Spain behind him. Gordon Spain's got pressure tires, but with 10 to go, 2 seconds is a lot to ask to see if he could catch him. 93 truck, not for position there. That's Thomas Hall. He is lapped down. Here's the lead, so he's going to have a truck in front of him here, so he's going to have to work his way around that. '97 there, Alex Healy. That is a teammate, so they are in race comms, and he will probably tell him, hey, buddy, let me go, please. Of course, Bobby Hall behind him is also a teammate, so Bobby's screaming at Alex, telling him, no, don't let him go. But we're still at about 3/4 of a second as he does get around Alex Healy, so he is able to keep his position. Now he lost about a 10th there after that pass. I guess that did slow him down a little bit, but now Bobby Hall is going to have to get around Alex Healy. We'll see if that slows him down as well. Looking through the field, we don't have any real close racing going on anywhere, so we'll stay on the leaders here as it's down to 0.6 of a second for a lead. 7 laps to go. Looks like Bobby Hall is a little bit faster, but still a pretty good sized gap. 6 laps to go as he crosses the stripe here. There you go. Bobby Hall got around Alex Healy. 0.5 of a second now. It's going to be close. Matt Grenier's just got to keep looking through the windshield. Forget about that back there. Hit your marks. Nice and smooth. See if he can hold on to this as we are 5 to go. Bobby Hall, a very strong closer, as you can see, coming through the field, finishing up in the top 3 at least here. We're under 4 tenths now, but we're going to be 4 to go, so he's got to make up a tenth a lap just to get there. And he definitely made up a tenth of that lap, now losing a little bit of it, but I guess you could say at the stripe he's only made up not quite a tenth, so not quite getting it done that lap. Got to get a little bit more. And it's back to 4 tenths now. Great corner there from Grenier. Bobby Hall definitely seems like he's better through 3 and 4. He can shave about half a tenth there through 3 and 4, but not as good through 1 and 2. That is where Matt Grenier is better, and we'll see if that is the case this time. You see it kind of widening out almost back to the 4/10 mark. But with 2 to go, I don't think he's going to have time. Matt Grenier can hit everything smooth. I think he's going to be able to get this. Now 0.45. 4 tenths of a second still, so it is definitely equalized. We are 1 to go. This race is official. If caution comes out, Matt Grenier hits his line perfectly through 1 and 2. A couple more corners, and he's going to have this win. And haven't said much about it, but Gordon Spain back up there to the 3rd position. He was catching him, but just not enough time. There you have it. He's out of turn 4. Does not clip the wall or nothing. Matt Grenier is going to win here in Vegas. And as the rest of the field finishes out, no real races here to talk about. Even Shu ends up with the top 5 there. Jeff Ledford ends up 4th. Didn't quite work out for him, but a great finish nonetheless in P4. So let's take a look at our race results if we can do that. There you go. So Matt Grenier gets his win. Bobby Hall in 2nd. Gordon Spain 3rd. Jeff Ledford in 4th position. Stephen Shu is going to be in 5th. 6th is going to be Christopher Barker. Wes Weigand in 7th. Nate Brooker is going to be 8th. 9th is going to be Dan Worthington. And rounding out your top 10 is our Alpha 1 driver, Mike Allen. All right, so let's take a look. Let's get to our drivers. Let's get to our interviews. Gordon Spain is going to be first. Let's find him. He's going to be with OG Motorsports. There he is. Gordon, Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Matthew.
Hey, bud. Great race tonight. You looked pretty daggum sporty out there. 3rd place ain't bad. How's it feel tonight?
I felt good. Truck felt really good, faster on the longer runs. I just let them 2 guys in front of me short pit me a little too much.
Yeah.
And I'll try not to let them get as far out as they did, but I did. But fast truck, great race.
Yeah, it was very good. Now, we did see that you know, you were very fast and you tried to pass a lot on the inside, but that seemed really tough tonight. Was it just too tight down there, or what was the track feeling like with that?
Yeah, I felt like running the bottom saved tires for the long run, but if you got pinched down on the bottom, you just driving it too hard. And so I tried not to pass too much on the bottom, but a lot of time I did get hung down on the bottom quite a bit.
Yeah, it seemed tough, but it was a good looking truck. I mean, you were fast for sure. So Great finish. Give us your friends, family, team shout out. What you want to do tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank SRN for putting this on. All the sponsors, Mag Real Estate, Natural Life, um, and the VFW, Alpha One Foundation,
Oh,
OG Motorsports, my teammates. Yep.
very good. All right. Well, congratulations on third place finish. We will see you not tomorrow, next week. We'll see you.
Hey,
All right.
sounds great.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. All right. There you go. So that's Gordon Spain, your third place finisher. We're going to see if we can get our second place finisher, Bobby Hall, Matthew in the booth. Got me?
Hey, Mr. Gall. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, pretty good. Hey, good race out there tonight. Great finish. Once we started getting to the green flag runs, I think that's when you really kind of turned on. You were kind of mid pack, and then it definitely played for you. Was it pit strategy? Was it taking care of tires? How'd you get her done?
I was just trying to follow the leader and try different lines to see how you can get a run on somebody and try and make a pass. It seemed like on the bottom in 3 and 4 was not it.
Yeah.
1 and 2 you probably could, and then just when people started doing their pit cycles and just trying to figure out how late to pit and still have some tire at the end, I think that's what helped a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And the pit strategy was definitely in play tonight. And your buddy there, Matt Grenier, your teammate, he did it to perfection. And I don't know, you think if you had 5-10 more laps, you would have got him?
Yeah, if I wasn't battling with Mr. Ledford there for I don't even know how many laps,
A
8,
lot.
10 laps side by side.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I think I could have closed the gap because that pit stop before I just stayed behind him and we were just going to draft together to catch the 01.
Yeah.
And then we figured whenever he was going to pit, okay, within a couple laps we'll pit because we know it's going to be at the end of fuel window. But I let Matt pit first, and then I pit second. I think he didn't take a full tank of gas. I did, which I guess I shouldn't have. And I tried everything I could to catch him, and I was like, hey, good run, good run.
Good on you. Right? Yeah. Well, great second place finish. And give us your friends, family, teammates, sponsors. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Of course, Team Flex, like I said, doing different strategies and trying different things. I think that's what helps keep the team glued together with a couple of us running up front each week. Of course, Matthew Gall with Mag Real Estate, Natural Life, stuff that he likes to distribute. And of course, our new sponsor for the next couple of weeks. I put it on the trunk of my truck.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get to see it or not.
Yeah, we saw it
I
there.
decided to change the paint scheme up too a little bit. I'm
Yep.
usually the green truck out here. I decided to paint my truck kind of like my real race car since I'm starting racing Friday. And, I can't wait till next week and
Do
more
it all
bonding
again.
time with.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, congratulations on second. We'll see you next week, and maybe we'll be talking again.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully.
All right. All right. There you have it. So that's our second place finisher. Let's move now to Matt Grenier in our first place. The winner tonight, Matt Grenier. Matthew in the booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
Hey, buddy. Great run tonight. Tell us fuel strategy. How'd you get her done?
Thank you. I found a line tonight that worked, and I just ran as hard as I could, and it stuck. Fuel strategy wasn't as big. That second to last stop was kind of the short pit to open up the last stint there. So
Yeah.
I guess that's really where the biggest strategy came in, was just kind of knowing when your fuel window was open to make it to the end.
Yeah, it seemed like there was some pretty decent drop off with the tires, but it seemed like you found that line that was just, I don't know, half a truck length off the bottom that was really good for you, especially in 3 and 4. I was watching kind of at the end with you and Bobby there, and it's like he would catch you just a hair in 1 and 2, but then 3 and 4, that was yours. So it was pretty interesting to watch, but But it looked like Ledford had the thing, but he was coming real early. Did that kind of give you concern? Were you like, hey, wait, maybe I need to come in here, or did that prompt kind of that earlier stop on the last one?
I was actually more worried about tire wear than I was fuel, so that kind of that's where my strategy came in. He pitted super early after the
Like every
that
time.
stint after the caution. I stayed out, and what I noticed is I started catching him toward the back end of the run. I was catching him fast,
Sure.
so when we came down to that last stop, I didn't want to let him pit. I didn't want to stay out too much longer after he pitted because I didn't want to have him get the big lead and then me just play catch up the whole time and risk not getting around him. So it was more tire wear that I was worried about than anything else.
Yeah, well, it worked out. It definitely was the right call. You finished first tonight, so give us your shout outs, your Finns, family, teammates, sponsors, what you want to do.
I want to thank my parents for watching each week. They tune into this and support me, and I love to put on a good show for them. Thank my wife and my daughter for allowing me to do this each week. Without their support, I wouldn't be sitting talking to you guys, so can't thank them enough. Flex Motorsports, great group of guys, always good racing with them, and keeping our strategy on point. I want to thank Alpha One for coming on board. It's always good to get some awareness out there. So very thrilled that they've chosen to be a part of this. I want to thank you, Matt, for doing the broadcast. You do a great job with this. And I want to thank the league. I'm having a great time doing this, and I'm looking forward to doing more.
Awesome. Very good. Got all the bases covered. Great job. Great run tonight. Congrats on the win. We will hopefully be talking to you again next week.
Hope so. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Take care.
You too.
All right. Well, there you have it. That's our winner for the night. This is the SRN Series coverage of the Truck Series at Las Vegas. It was a great run. Had just a couple of cautions up front, two of them kind of back to back, and then we got some really good green flag racing, some strategy played out. So good fun race there. We will be back next week at another 1.5 miles for the next couple of weeks, and Alpha One will still be on board. Really enjoy having them with us for a few weeks here at least. And yeah, that is our broadcast for tonight. So y'all have a great night. We will see you next week.